I started this because I wanted to test out something I'm trying to do. It looks like we may be live on Twitter as well. Maybe. I don't know. I just wanted to go live and see if I could somehow. But it's not looking like it's working. But we are live on YouTube at least. That's the most important one. So yeah, sorry, I just did some changes and now. So this is very much a live stream. All right, so the Utah Jazz, I don't know if that's working. Is this showing up on Twitter? On my account? Come on now, Twitter. Let's see. No, not yet. Sorry, guys. This is one of the weaker live streams we've done in a bit. So my apologies. But anyways, so the Utah Jazz lose to the Dallas Mavericks, and it was great. By the way, let me know in the chat if this is going well. If not, because I'm trying something new here, and I was trying to get this to go live on both YouTube and Twitter, and I don't see it on my Twitter account, so obviously that did not work. But anyways, we are live on YouTube, so anyways, can you please let me know on the YouTube? Let's get into this. It's the Hoops Nerd Show. Sorry for the long intro. All right, guys, like I said, we're going live on YouTube. I tried to do this on Twitter as well, but since I don't really have a way to test these things, I'm just going for broke, I guess. Let me know if the video is looking and sounding good on YouTube for those in YouTube, and if you're outside of YouTube, I don't know if it's even working. I hit the stream here on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, and I don't think it's working. So that's a bummer. So we'll try to figure that out another time. But anyways, the Utah Jazz lose to the Dallas Mavericks. And I just got to say, the Jazz broadcast talking during this, like, it wasn't until like the third quarter before they just kind of acknowledged that this was the back end of a back-to-back on the road. Yes, Lauri Markkanen did not play. Jusuf Nurkic did not play. And we had Mavericks fans angry. Well, guess what? Jazz fans, the Mavericks did not have Cooper Flagg playing, did not have Anthony Davis playing. And yes, those are for injury. But they lose Anthony Davis in that game. The Jazz actually beat the Mavericks once upon a time because his wrist bumped into Lauri Markkanen, and that was the end of his career, apparently. Who knows? They also don't have Kyrie Irving back. So obviously those guys are out with injury, but they rested a slew of other guys. And so I don't want to hear it from Mavericks fans complaining because they are tanking just as hard as the Jazz, if not more. Now, we'll see. Utah plays Dallas on Saturday. We'll see if Cooper Flagg plays. My guess is he probably does. He was doubtful tonight after he turned his ankle last night. We'll see if he plays on Saturday. I bet he does. We'll see if Lauri Markkanen plays on Saturday. I don't think he will. Utah has to keep going with this tank at this point. If you are watching what AJ Dybantsa is doing with BYU, you can bet that the Utah Jazz are as well. This is really, Utah and Dallas are in very similar boats. This is the last year the Dallas Mavericks keep their pick because the next 4 years, I guess they owe it to all sorts of other teams for other trades they have done. Utah has to be bottom 8 come draft night if they want to keep their pick. Otherwise, it goes to the Oklahoma City Thunder. And the Dallas Mavericks and the Oklahoma City Thunder and Adam Silver and everyone can just complain all they want. But the fact is, the Utah Jazz are doing nothing different than the Dallas Mavericks. Tonight, I have to say, the Charlotte Hornets are going to keep on winning games. I don't think Charlotte is. In fact, by the way, we gotta shrink me. Let's see. The Charlotte Hornets won again tonight. They're 4-6 in their last 10. Utah's 2-8, which is a very good job by them. Utah needs to try to pass up Brooklyn if they can, but Utah's had about 4 or 5 clutch wins because Keontae George, clutch key, is fantastic. And that cost Utah some spots here. But I have to say, I think if the Utah Jazz just keep doing what they're doing, they basically have to do this for the rest of the season. Sorry, guys, I'm almost done being sick. We're going to see how much we can get through this tonight. But guess what? Sacramento has won 3 games in a row. Very nice. They are now tied with Brooklyn, and I think they're going to eventually pass Utah because guess what? Domantas Sabonis is coming back. And they've been in trade rumors regarding Ja Morant. Why would they trade for Ja Morant unless they're trying to win games? Ja Morant can play if they trade for him. That is a very Kings thing to do, to get Ja Morant when he's been not playing well. Maybe they can revitalize his career in Sacramento. That would be interesting. But I think they're going to bring back Domantas Sabonis, and he's just going to flat out play. And I think Utah will eventually pass Sacramento. I also think Utah passes New Orleans because New Orleans is playing to win. They don't own their pick this year. So that pick goes to Atlanta. They don't care. So they're going to play all season. Derek Queen, Jeremiah Fears, both of them have had really impressive rookie seasons so far, obviously up and down. But they're going to keep trying to win. And when they play these tanking teams like Utah, who I imagine is going to rest Markkanen in those games, I think Utah has like 3 games against New Orleans. And if they lose all 3, that will be massive towards Utah's tank. They have to do it. They have to do it. So get ready. It's got to happen. You can't go watch BYU games and enjoy AJ Dybantsa and you just can't come away from those games and not want him in a Jazz jersey. I'm telling you, he's freaking awesome. And if he comes onto this Jazz team becomes a contender real quick. It's exciting stuff. Yeah, I'm going to check again. It's not showing up on here. I wonder if I have to if I go can you go live here? How do things work? I don't know. We'll see. I wanted to because I figure I see guys like Anthony Irwin do it, and I'm like the Utah Jazz Anthony Irwin. Why can't I do it too? I don't know. We don't need to get into the back end behind baseball here, but anyways, so people that are on the Dallas Mavericks that are complaining about the Jazz, shut up. You're doing the same thing. Same goes for anyone in Brooklyn. Charlotte, I think Charlotte, they're just going to, as long as they're playing like Brandon Miller and LaMelo Ball and Con Knipple together, they play well, and they've got good players. So we'll see. In fact, I think Charlotte might even push for a play-in spot. I'm kind of curious about Charlotte, actually, just real quick. Charlotte, and this is nice to see Charlotte winning because, let's go to standings here. And let's go to Eastern Conference. Charlotte is behind Milwaukee. I could see Charlotte. I mean, that's going to be kind of an interesting race. Why can't Charlotte catch the Chicago Bulls? The Chicago Bulls are worthless, and they could possibly get there. The best thing ever would be the Charlotte Hornets overtaking Cleveland. And if Cleveland has anything bad happen for the rest of this season, then watch out, By the way, I'm going to see, does this end? Oh, we're back. Same stream. Crap, I hope that didn't stop this and create a whole new stream. Oh, man. That was a bad job by me, guys. It's been kind of it's been a test night tonight. And so for those watching, I apologize. Okay, I'm kind of watching the stream right now to just make sure and see what happened if it ends this stream and starts a new one. I think it Hopefully just... Sorry, guys. This is the worst audio ever. If you leave the show now, I wouldn't blame you. I just want to see if that cut that off, because I've got some new things I'm trying here. We're trying to grow here, okay? We're trying to grow. I shouldn't have done that, but it is what it is. Yeah, dang it. It looks like it's did like a new... Sorry, I'm just waiting to get to the spot because the stream is like behind me and I have to watch it to see if it did it. Okay. Sorry, guys. Fast forward that. I think we're okay. Okay, my apologies. Okay, so the Utah Jazz, they lose tonight to the Dallas Mavericks, and it was great. This is exactly what you want to do. We go to the tank standings here. Utah is holding strong to the 6th spot. They now have a game between them and Charlotte and Dallas. They, like I said, they played Dallas on Saturday, and they need to lose that game. They definitely need to, because Utah has to catch up. I think Utah, like I said before, has a chance to pass Sacramento and pass New Orleans, just based off of what they're doing for the rest of the season. Brooklyn, Washington, and who knows, Indiana, maybe, I don't know. Indiana's 3-7 in their last 10. Maybe they go crazy and Utah can somehow catch up. But I think Utah can honestly get to the 4 spot, and it's a big deal. I mean, if Utah got to the 3, that would be dream world, but I don't think that's possible unless like Indiana just really starts going crazy. But Utah already beat Indiana this one time this season. But anyways, if you get to the 4 spot, that gives you a 48% at the top 4, 12.5 at number 1. Not as good as being bottom 3, but still pretty good. And that will keep you at, keeping the pick. If Utah's at 4, there is no way they lose their pick. And that's why I think the 4 should be the goal. I think it is 100% possible. I'm so happy to see that Utah's in on this, that they're just doing it. It's not going to change much. Utah Jazz fans, I've done my own SLC Dunk poll on this with the NBA Reacts, and 81% of Jazz fans are pro tank, right? At least the diehards. The casual fans who don't even know who's on the team, who cares what they think? But for the diehards that are here every night, for the ones that are here most nights, they understand what's going on. And they understand, like, if you follow the NBA even a little bit, it is a crazy draft. And so it's something that Utah has to do. So, smart move by the Jazz. I'm very grateful to them for doing it, and it's going to pay off. All right, let's talk about this game a little bit. Shout out to Klay Thompson, who went to number 4 on all-time threes made, and also for beating the Utah Jazz. Thank you very much. For the Utah Jazz, they were just tired in this one. I don't know why this. Sometimes I wonder with the broadcast, like, first off, I don't know if half the time Bowler knows what's going on or who's got the ball or what. And then it just seems like, can you not just acknowledge that the Jazz are tired and they did not play Markkanen, and a lot of these guys are young, and some of them, they're getting their first back-to-back experience. Someone like Cody Williams, who hasn't been starting all season, now he is. By the way, Cody Williams, of the 3 players that played for the best for Utah tonight, he was one of them. He was great tonight, considering what was going on. But Ace Bailey got 30 minutes, which is great. He's coming back from the hip injury. He had 15 points. I mean, basically, the Utah Jazz are starting every game with just an incredible alley-oop to Ace Bailey. Don't miss the start of the game, first off, because that's when the action happens, and by the end, the Jazz are probably going to lose. But that's also when Ace Bailey gets a lot of touches. It feels like, I don't know if you guys remember Mike Holmgren, the old coach for the Green Bay Packers. And I don't know if a lot of football coaches still do this, but some of them might, where they script their first 15 plays. Kind of feels like the Jazz are scripting their first few plays for Ace, and it makes me happy. And he's getting alley-oops. And he's so athletic. He gets up there and he puts them down. It's great. Ace had some really nice moments tonight. Yeah, the percentages weren't perfect, but he is using his athleticism in a way that can help the Jazz win. So really nice to see. Um, let's see. So Ace Bailey, 6 for 15. But look this is what makes me happy is the 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. He is just impacting the game in multiple ways. And what makes me happy about Ace Bailey is the fact that we're seeing so many glimpses with him that he's going to start just doing more and more. And I have more and more faith and confidence that he is just going to improve as he goes. Like it's just going to get better and better and better. I honestly think it's just going to be great. And so we'll see what happens. Cody Williams, like I said, I think him, Ace Bailey, and, Keontae George is the best player on the floor tonight. He got 28 minutes. I think he's probably honestly exhausted. And Utah's probably going to be tired on Saturday because Saturday, remember, yes, this was the back end of a back-to-back, but Saturday will be the third game in 4 nights, and you still play poorly, especially on the road. I doubt the Jazz will play as bad as they did tonight because I'm guessing they are all going to go sleep in their hotel rooms tonight. And who knows if they, go out and take a day off tomorrow. Who knows? My hope would be that Will Hardy does 2-a-days and gets them extremely tired so they lose again on Saturday. But probably not going to do that. Anyways, Cody Williams is turning into an absolute rotation player for the Jazz. Like, legit player. And he connects. Like, the change from what we saw, from the start of the season and the end of last season to what we're seeing now is just 2 different players in terms of just mentality. He is shooting tonight 50% from the field, 50% from 3, and a good shot diet there. He's driving to the basket. He had multiple plays. I mean, the aspect of Cody's game that's been really exciting is just him driving to the basket. He's understanding lanes advantage, and he's quick. Like, he uses his length well, too. He's long. And I think he's just learning, just like, his brother. It's part of his brother's game, too. It's like this catch and drive game. And Cody Williams is doing very much the same thing. And there's room to grow, too, because he's got a handle. Like, Cody Williams can handle the ball. And so if he's handling it, if he's taking advantage of open lanes, and then also hitting threes, why can't he become something pretty nice? Like, why can't he? I don't know. I have to say, of all the players outside of like Keontae George is going to get a big time contract. But outside of like Keontae George and Walker Kessler, who's developed into a pretty sure thing to be at least a nice starter and maybe more, who knows? But at the very least, Kessler is going to be a nice starter. And Keontae George, has Cody Williams kind of taken the lead as like probably most promising prospect? I would think so, and I'm excited about it because I was getting pretty down about it, end of last season and early this year, but you just don't give up on him, and that's one thing we mentioned. We just said, even after another couple of years, even if he plays terrible, you still don't because the tools are so good. And we saw the defensive ability. But now the offensive ability is kind of catching up. And what's cool is he's doing multiple things. 6 rebounds, 1 steal. Tonight, not as much of a stat sheet, but he's moving the ball. Last game, also just doing a lot of different things. He's playing to help your team win. And what I like about Cody Williams, too, is I don't think there's any sort of, like, I have to be this type of player. I think Cody Williams is just doing whatever he can to be a productive NBA player, and it's helping him become a good one. Who knows? Who knows what Cody Williams looks like in 4 or 5 years? But right now, all the trends are pointing up, and that's really nice to see. I'm just excited about it. Now, another player trending probably down is Kyle Filipowski. We talked about it this last game. His offensive numbers were better than they were tonight. I don't know. Just like with Cody Williams, you don't give up because there's a player there that you can see becoming nice. But I just don't know if Kyle Filipowski, he might be the tank commander for the rest of the season, by the way. His defense at center is just bad. And so it helps Utah lose these games. It's kind of a shame because I know a lot of people were big fans. I've just not been a big fan. I kind of felt like him having such a good summer league was like, some guys are just really good at punishing, G League guys. And but when you're on the floor with starters and rotation players, it's another story in the NBA. Like I have no doubt if Kyle Filipowski got put onto the Stars, he'd put up big time numbers. But I don't think you'd learn anything. He just struggles. Now, if he can hit threes at a high rate, which he went 1 for 5 tonight, and if he's passing the ball and if he can find out how to be at least somewhat competent on the defensive end, sorry guys, my nose is getting stuffed. Then great, but we're just not seeing it. The defensive is like the defense level is like super negative, and I don't know what you do. So we'll see. Maybe it gets better, but I don't have a lot of hope. And if Utah gets AJ Dybantsa in this upcoming draft, and there are rumors now about Utah going after Austin Reeves in the summer, Utah's going to be good next year. Could you imagine if Utah goes out and gets Austin Reeves with their cap space and gets like AJ Dybantsa, and you got Keontae George and Ace Bailey and Lauri Markkanen and Walker Kessler? All of a sudden, you are stacked. And, I get a little nervous because I want this team to defend. And, I think there's a legit question there with what we've seen defensively from Ace Bailey. Do we really want to put on Austin Reeves, who's really good, but kind of a defensive liability? I don't know. It's interesting. The days of just worrying about offense are gone. You need defense too. Isaiah Collier, 28. Sorry, guys. I'm sniffing right into the mic. I'm sorry. 28 minutes, 4 for 11 from the field, 10 points, 12 assists. Another player that's developing, I would say trending, if we're talking stonks here, trending slightly up. Solid stock. Probably not going to make you rich, but solid stock. That, if you put a lot in there, you'll make a little bit. So, but yeah, I think he has a chance to be just a solid rotation player for the Jazz. I don't know in the future if it's going to be big because, he's got to hit the threes. Tonight he took 4 of them, which was nice to see. Didn't make any. So that's something that he still is going to need to work on. But if that part of his game happens, then I think he has a chance to be special. As an elite level backup guard or something like that. But if not, then he's easy to guard and it puts a cap on kind of what he is as a player. So we'll see. Finally, Keontae George, he had a kind of a tough night. I think he was just exhausted. 3 assists, 17 points, 1 steal. But he played just 28 minutes, and I think that's just he's tired. And he's probably going to be tired Saturday too. We'll see. He's probably going to play better. He's one of those guys that just bounces back. He's such a baller. We'll see. But, 28 minutes, it was very clear Utah was not winning this game, so he got rested. Walter Clayton played 31, 15 points, 7 assists. Nice to see him also put up some numbers. It's just Utah was gassed in this one, guys. There's not much else to say other than they were extremely tired. But it is nice when you see the numbers doing pretty well. Kyle Anderson, he's just solid. If I'm a team out there that's trying to win games, Kyle Anderson is a player that helps you win. He just defends well, makes good decisions, and he's a plus minus darling. I don't know. In a game Utah was just getting blown out, he was just a -9. So, by the way, Cody Williams and Isaiah Collier, the team leaders tonight in plus minus. Bryce Sensabaugh, off of his monster game the other day, put up another 27-point performance. It'll be interesting. I wonder if there's a team out there that maybe doesn't follow, like the Kings, who are dumb. They might be willing to give, like, what if Utah could trade for the Kings pick somehow? Like, let's say the Kings get like the 4 pick, and this is just me spitballing. I'm a little sick. I'm a little delirious. What if Utah wins like the 3 pick, and then the Kings are at like 4, but they want to win now? If Utah offers them like Lauri Markkanen and Bryce Sensabaugh and takes DeMar DeRozan off their hands, and then can draft Caleb Wilson and Cam Boozer, I think I'd do that. I would do that. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Would you trade to number 4 to get Caleb Wilson? I would. And then next year, you're just like so young, but so fun. And you go make a trade of some sort. Maybe you go get Austin Reeves at that point. You have Walker Kessler back. And then your team is set for the next 10 years. That would be pretty freaking baller and fun. I don't know. That's one thing that's going to be interesting for Utah if they get like the number 3 and Cam Boozer's there. He plays the 4 like exclusively. So, it's interesting. I don't know. I think he'd be really nice. But anyways, just a thought. Taylor Hendricks, another kind of rough night. He's slow. Is anyone else noticing that? There's not a lot of twitch to his game. It's like slow. It's not quick. Like he can shoot the ball, but it's not quick. In 15 minutes, he has 5 points and 3 rebounds and an assist and a steal and a block, which is nice. He put up more stuff, but he just moves slow out there. I don't know if it's injury related or what, but he's just a little like I'm not seeing speed out there. And so I don't know. I hope that injury didn't ruin his legs because I was very excited about what he was becoming. And he might just be a little slow. He built some muscle, but did that take away his quickness? I don't know. I don't know what to think. I kind of feel like we can't get a full judgment on Taylor Hendricks until the end of next year, because I think basically with an injury like that, you're looking at like 1 year, obviously, to heal and then 1 year of recovery. And yeah, we'll see. He's just a little slow out there. I would like to see him be quicker. I think that's going to be it for tonight, guys. Sorry about kind of the rickety stream tonight. I was trying to stream onto Twitch, unless it's like producer. Let's see. Before we go to like the Tankathon, I just want to see what's going on over here. I don't know. All right. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just kind of like doing this stuff live, and it's, well, I created a source, but I guess you got, oh my heck. All right. Well, I learned how to do it, I think. So I'm going to try to do this. I prefer if you're on YouTube, but for some people that are only on the Twitter place, we'll go there as well. Dang it. Anyways, we're going to put that there. Yeah. Dang it. I thought we could, but we'll try it next time. All right. Well, let's see. Let's pull up folder here. Let's get some music going. Hopefully you guys are excited about the upcoming Jazz draft pick, because I know I am. It's going to be the best. It's going to be great. All right, Utah. Let's see. Let's refresh this. Make sure we're all good. Utah holding strong at 6. Very unlikely to lose their pick, but still possible. We have lost it on some of our sims in the past. They're about as likely to win the lottery as they are to lose it. So let's see if it was today. Utah at least keeps their pick, but falls to 8. Dallas gets the number 1 pick. That would be so annoying if they got number 1 2 in a row. That would be the worst. No thanks. We'll see. But at least Utah keeps their pick. And then I guess at that point, you're probably going after Austin Reeves. All right. Let's give a shout out to the All-Stars tonight. Sorry, guys. It's been one of the worst streams of the year. I'm sorry, but that's okay. All right, let's give a shout out to the All-Stars. Thank you guys for your support. By the way, if you'd like to support the channel, go to YouTube, hit join. I would appreciate it. It's been fantastic this season with you guys. Next year is going to be even better. Let's give a shout out to See Ya, Lexalator, Ryan Perry, the legend, the name means king, Jace is the ace, Garner, Steve Areno, Stusser, Let Him Cook Sturdy Pots, Ezekiel Raisibe, the man from down under, Tyson Price, the price is right, Jordan the Goat, Bessroll, Christian House Money to Haas, Robert Hall of Fame, Arcs Poetica, Austin R. Grant, the editor extraordinaire, Kiefer 3 at PG, the OG, and Patrick Akubo, the connoisseur. Guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I